So for today in class, again, we're going to be discussing technology's impact on sales. Technology has made a very big impact in every profession, but the impact that it's made on the sales world has been very dramatic. Today's sellers behave almost nothing like they did 5-10 years ago. In today's selling world, there are new tools, new techniques, and new resources that salespeople are able to use to get sales. Whether it's doing the prospecting to closing, today's mobile, social, and cloud technologies have revamped how the sales process is being done. As a result, many sales organizations are embracing these new technologies to improve their productivity, their profitability, and to get competitive advantages. Today's salespeople don't need to take prospects out to dinner to form a relationship. They can use the internet, they can use smartphones, social media, to make it easier to find and to qualify and connect with new buyers, whether they're in the next town or whether they're way across the other side of the world. Social media allows salespeople to build trust and rapport with potential prospects before they even make a sales conversation. The sales reps that do use social media effectively, they gain an advantage over the salespeople that don't use social media, because the people that do use social media, they usually establish a relationship with a potential customer and become more of a trusted advisor by the time the buyer decides whether or not they're interested in the product or service that the salesperson is trying to get them to buy. This means that sales reps today can jump immediately into getting recommendations and showing potential customers the value of the product or the service that they're trying to provide. Salespeople can now accomplish key selling tasks easily by using their phones. You have different apps, different tools that you can use on your phone that allow you to perform sales tasks a lot quicker. So imagine you're a rep and you meet a prospect at a conference. If it was 5-10 years ago, you would have to, get the person's contact information, whether it's a business card or whether you jot their name and number down. You fly back home, or you return home from the conference, and then you would mail a brochure or mail some type of information about your product when you got back to the office. Today's sales reps can actually connect with the prospect by using social media websites like LinkedIn. Facebook is another one that you get a lot of sales and marketing things just coming your way. They can also send out resources using email. So instead of using snail mail or the U.S. postage mail service, you can just send an email and it's there right then. You don't have to wait like 2 or 3 days. Or the salesperson can use video conferencing like we're doing in this class today. I'm presenting my screen. If I was a salesperson trying to sell you something, I can put it up on my screen and you can see what I'm selling you instantaneous. Before the internet, researching buyers, sellers, and products was very time consuming. If a salesperson wanted to learn more about a potential customer or the business, they'd have to read a book or actually visit the company, like physically go to the company instead of like visiting a website or anything. If a potential customer wanted to research a salesperson product, they had to go through the salesperson to learn about the features and pricing of that product. Today, finding this information is as easy as going out to the internet and searching something in the address field, which means that the balance of power has flipped from the seller to the buyer. So now the buyer has a lot of the power. Potential customers can become educated by themselves about a product without even speaking to a salesperson. This means that to remain relevant, sales reps can't just merely recite facts and figures. They actually have to know what the customer wants, the potential customer wants, and tailor any type of advice based off of those specific customers. They just can't give you a blank presentation and expect you to purchase something from them. They actually have to know the product or the service they're trying to sell to you. The internet changes the sales reps, that the benefits that a sales rep gets. Salespeople can easily learn about potential customers by reading the website, or even checking out their competitors, or looking at reviews on social media. Or if the customer has, a LinkedIn page or Facebook page, if they're serious about trying to interact with that customer, they'll just join them on one of the social media sites. This saves the sales rep time and allows them, again, to cater that presentation before they even have their first meeting. In addition, the rep can better qualify what the potential customer wants. So technology has made it good for the seller as well as the buyer. The seller doesn't have to waste time on a buyer that may not even want to be bothered looking at what they're trying to present. The buyer, they can find out pretty much everything they want about the product that the seller's trying to sell to them before they even have any type of interaction or any communication with each other. So cloud-based customer management technology. Customer management systems are very powerful tools that give organizations an overall view of the customer's relationship by integrating marketing, by integrating sales and customer support. Any information on a particular customer can now be stored for all departments to easily get to. The cloud management brings selling to a whole new level by freeing up employees from being on site and being on computers, where they can get the information they need about a customer, by making it accessible by using the cloud and storing the data out there that they need. Salespeople can access this directly from anywhere that they have internet access or any type of computing power with internet access. They can get the information they need by using cloud-based customer management technology. It also provides a huge advantage for salespeople. With up-to-date, relevant information and the ability to contact customers and prospects while on the go, a sales team becomes a lot more effective and more productive. By using cloud technology, it helps an organization determine which customers to target, which buyers are most likely to respond to different messages or different offers they're trying to provide. All of these tools help organizations focus their sales effort on the most promising and profitable activities that customers want and what customers need. So what is prospecting? Prospecting is pretty much the process of searching for potential customers, potential clients, or buyers in order to develop a new business relationship. The main goal of prospecting is to move a potential customer through the sales funnel until they eventually start making the company money. They turn into revenue generating customers. A prospect is the same as saying potential customer. So you'll hear me say either potential customer or prospect when I'm talking about prospecting. Two other important people in the prospecting process include the gatekeeper and the decision maker. The gatekeeper is the person in charge of communicating or preventing information from reaching a decision maker. For example, these would be receptionists or personal assistants or executive assistants, however you want to title the position. The decision maker is the person in charge of making the final decision on the sale. So that's typically a sales rep. The sales rep will go through a gatekeeper, so through a personal assistant or a receptionist, just to reach the final decision maker. So there are quite a few different options to get a potential customer, depending on what industry and what business climate you're in. Most reps find that a combination of all of these four that I have listed, a combination of all four of these give you the best opportunity to turn a prospect into cash or profit for the company. So the first method is cold calling, which I definitely dislike, and I'm sure nobody in this course likes to receive telemarketing calls. If you're part of the telemarketing industry, you understand that you probably don't even like making phone calls or receiving phone calls from telemarketers. The telemarketing is where a sales rep makes an unsolicited call. So they just call you out the blue. You didn't sign up for anything. They just call you out the blue. So you're getting a telephone call. Haven't really seen it in person as much. Well, I guess in the malls, they usually have people out, trying to get you to try surveys. But, it's just unsolicited to someone that hasn't even expressed an interest in a product or service that they're trying to get the person to purchase. The cold calling is the #1 sales prospecting method for a salesperson. So even though we hate it as much, it's the #1 way to get a prospective customer or potential customer. Typically, salespeople are provided a list of potential contacts or accounts to call on. The next one is referrals. Getting a referral is one of the most effective forms of sales prospecting or getting a potential customer, because the referral comes from someone that has used the product or service and enjoyed or found it very useful. So it's always easier to sell to someone that's a referral compared to cold calling, because the person that referred you usually has a relationship with that prospective customer. Email marketing or spam or junk mail, which it usually gets flagged in my emails. That has taken the place of direct mail marketing. So instead of getting it in your mailbox at your home, you're getting it on your email. And the advantage of email marketing is that it's free, it's fast, and it's available to anyone that has an email account or internet access. Social networking refers to using sites like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest to solicit new leads and businesses. I know when I go out on Facebook, or I don't see it as much on Instagram, but I see it on LinkedIn and Facebook a lot, where even though I haven't said that I wanted something, but if I've searched for something on the internet, I'm usually seeing some type of marketing ad or an ad for something that I searched for. Or it's even happened where I've said something which they say that they can't, they don't record your calls or record what you're saying on your phones. But I have taken pictures of things, and I've said certain things, and like immediately after that, I've seen things like ads for what I was talking about. So I know they say, some of them say they don't do it, but it's kind of strange that I get advertisements for things that I say or take pictures of.